reboot over at CBS. CBS is known for their CSI, their NCIS, their do they have a Miami Vice show? I don't. I'm not too sure. It's a
These
weekly thing.
well, didn't they also do Lethal Weapon TV series with
No,
Damon
Fox.
Wayans?
Fox did
Was
that.
that Fox? Oh, okay. They're doing MacGyver, right?
They are doing MacGyver.
And they
Yeah.
did in Hawaii 5-0, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. They're kind of successful. They actually have done pretty well. I think they still have a couple seasons still going, or I think they're still going as TV series. So,
There's,
I mean, like I said,
it just oh gosh, I don't know if I can get on board with it though.
I'm just like, I don't know. I'd rather see something new than something old be remade. I don't know. Unless if you're bringing back the old characters, the old actors, and redoing it, or like, you know, kind of like they're doing Cobra Kai. Kind of like they're doing Cobra Kai, like that. If you could do that, then I'm okay with it. I'm on board. But if you're remaking it or rebooting it, I'm not really fan of it.
There's no way they're going to get Jamie Lee Curtis, Arnold
No,
Schwarzenegger,
not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
No way in the world.
Nope.
But guys, be on the lookout for it if you're interested. But we are definitely not. Definitely not. Now we're going to go to Mr. Well, Anthony's not here tonight. Oh, man. I really want to see his reaction to this trailer.
Hey, I haven't seen it yet, so I want to see it.
Okay, let's do it. Zack Snyder's Justice League.
The bell's been rung. Out in the dark, among the stars, the god is dead.
I had a dream. Almost like a premonition. I think there's an attack coming.
My lord, this world will fall.
I need warriors. I'm building an alliance to defend ourselves.
How do you know your team's strong enough? If you can't bring down the charging bull, then don't wave the red cape at it.
You were sent here for a reason. And even if it takes you the rest of your life, find out what that reason is.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It will. It has to.
We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. Isn't that right, Batman?
So, question, Chris, did they film new footage for the film, like with the actors playing those roles? Oh, they did. Okay,
They did. But not. But a lot of things were on the cutting room floor. Okay. Joss left a lot on the cutting room floor.
Okay.
So,
did he leave Joker off the cutting room floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of bad press has been coming out against Joss Whedon, and I don't know if it's true. It's more lines of fact of like we'll see what happens, kind of a thing. But it seems to me like a lot of people are not too fond of him, and the fact that like he kind of like did his own thing, which is understandable. You taking over a project that's already midway through, and you try and finish it up as quickly and fast as you can. Okay. Well, the version we got, though, unfortunately, Mr. Whedon sucked ass. Sorry, it did. And
no, yeah, you're right about that.
It's between Henry Cavill with his CGI mustache, the story, it just didn't make sense and everything. Don't get me wrong. And now we're going to get this version of the movie, which is 4 hours long, which is going to be one long cut of the movie. And we're getting what Zack Snyder intended for his movie to be like, which is quite frankly, to me, I think an accomplishment because of the fact that, like, if it wasn't for fans of his demanding a Snyder cut, I would not think this movie had been made. 100%. This movie would not be in his own vision whatsoever. I think Warner Brothers would have been like, we tried, it didn't work, wash your hands of it, leave it alone. But I think because of everything that has happened with the fans demanding it, and unfortunately what happened with Joss and the reason why he had to step away, this movie is now happening. And they ended up giving $100 million, it's crazy, to finish the movie. I'm looking forward.
I don't know, like, I kind of agree with you in a lot of sense. It wasn't his movie to be, but, and I think, like I said, I'm not sure about all the allegations of Josh right now, like, whatever. I think it's given kind of a shit sandwich to try to fix, to be quite honest, with the movie because of the tragic stuff that happened to Zack Snyder, his daughter. So I understand why he left the movie and prematurely. He didn't finish because of that. Josh was given, like, reins to this, which was not his, wasn't his project. He's trying to make it too much like Avengers, but it wasn't Avengers. It did not, it was kind of, they try to make comedic stuff. It didn't feel like right at all. It felt like it's off. But like I said, I think I kind of agree, even though wasn't really a fan of Batman v Superman. I thought it was a pretty bad movie. In action, I did direct that. But I think it's good to give him a chance. Let's see what his take on it. Let's see what his vision was for this movie. I do like to think I've seen Darkseid in the movie, which is pretty cool. I don't think we've seen that in the original.
You also saw Granny. What's her freaking name? What's her name? God dang it, that's gonna bother me. Here, I'll keep talking. I'll go to it.
Yeah, but I do saw a little bit of Darkseid, which makes me excited because he's kind of the equivalent to Thanos for the DC universe. So seeing him over there in the trailer was pretty awesome. Seeing the whole Joker interaction was pretty cool too with Batman. I think that would be pretty cool. Like I said,
that's a nightmare scene, and Cyborg is in that nightmare scene as well.
Is that the one where like he dreams about the Superman being evil, whatever?
Yeah,
things like that.
Back in Batman v Superman, yeah. So we'll go through here. You saw. Oh.
Yeah, I think it's right there. Yep, that's Darkseid or Dark. Which
Darkseid
to me,
Granny.
Granny. Yes, what's her name? Yes, I think Granny M or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. And that one right next to him, I'm not sure who that character is. I'm not sure who that character on the left of him is. I know the main villain or the main character is Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not like I said, I'm not a huge big like I don't really know too much about DC as much as I know Marvel, but I know some of the characters. So yeah. Like I said, it looks like a good trailer. It definitely sold me on you, and then the fact that it's releasing on HBO Max is pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will watch it. Now, like I said, is it going to be good? I don't know about that. Just because it's a 4-hour movie, and
doesn't mean it's good.
It's going to be good. Yeah, exactly. Just because 4-hour movie is not going, doesn't mean it's going to be good. But at the same time, like I said, I think people should give this a shot.
Yeah.
So
definitely should give. I mean, the old school bat mobile right there, the bat tank.
Yeah. It just, like I said though, it didn't. I think this feels more epic than the one that came out in the theaters, that Justice League movie. This feels like a more epic movie, which I think I felt like we didn't really ever get that really with the original Justice League movie. We didn't get that epic feel to it. Said like it was supposed to be the equivalent to Avengers, but really didn't get that at all. So I think hopefully this will at least have some epicness about it, which I think it will in a sense. I don't, like I said, I don't know if the story is going to be good. I don't know if the whatever is going to be good. But if they get that epicness feel towards it, which I think that's the intentions for, because to be quite honest, Steppenwolf is kind of like the equivalent to Loki. Like Loki is like a pretty major villain, but not like somebody who is like Darkseid. Darkseid will be like Thanos, who comes in later and just destroys everything.
Right.
So that was the whole point of it. Like it's supposed to be like Steppenwolf comes in there, it comes to be like Loki, pretty powerful villain, not like hugely powerful, immensely powerful, and that's I think they're supposed to be their thing. It was poorly executed, but like I said, let's give this a shot. Let's see how it goes. I'm pretty sure we'll all look at a review, see how when it comes out, but
I'm not gonna look at any reviews. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just going in blind.
Well, okay, so it's funny though. You're gonna go watch it regardless of what they say, right? But in the other guy, our other brethren right here that's not on the show is gonna be straight up like, "Oh, this is trash. This is horrible. I'm not gonna even give it a chance." So
yeah, he when I posted the trailer, he posted a laughing gif with it. So there's no way he's gonna watch this.
I'm just kind of like whatever, man. I'm just kind of like whatever. I'm just like I'm not like completely hate on it, but I might give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not completely like so like in the like Zack Schneider, bandwagon or like where like literally you gotta hate that guy or love him or whatever. I'll give him a chance. So.
Like even this CG right here looks so much better than the CG.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, like Steppenwolf, like from like the movie, looks such bad CGI. Like the whole character, its face, it looked terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, it did. When I was watching the movie, like it just didn't look good at all. So,
let's see if I can actually pull up his face from Justice League. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, actually, no, that picture doesn't look too. Oh, there we go. No, I guess that's not it either. Huh. Oh, well, here's the side by side. No, that doesn't look too terrible either. Okay, never mind then. We're not doing that. It doesn't look terrible from what I'm seeing here. But it doesn't look good either.
Okay. I'm just like, right now I'm kind of like, you see, no, that's what I'm talking about. That doesn't look good right there. I don't know what it was. I feel like it wasn't really that threatening, I guess.
No. I'm trying to humanize him, I guess, in a way.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, Zack Snyder's Justice League 4-hour movie, March 31st, I want to say. Since March 18th, same day as
18th, huh?
Falcon and Winter Soldier, same day.
Oh, pretty much a month away. Nice. Oh, really? Yeah. So they're gonna have Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Justice League released on the same day.
Same day.
Wow.
Same day.
Okay, that's Hey, you know what? I love competition. I really love competition. That's good. I like that. We'll see what gets most views.
We'll see. We'll see. So, unfortunately, the Mandalorian actress Gina Carano was fired by Lucasfilm over some social media posts that she posted. And according from Lucasfilm, they will not recast her. So Cara Dune is no longer in The Mandalorian. Thoughts, Pete?
Oh, I'm not gonna get into politics. I'm done with politics, to be quite honest. All I can say is my whole thing is like, regardless of where you feel on the end of the spectrum, whatever you feel like each side, I wish celebrities and actors will stop talking about politics. I rather than entertain us, because to be quite honest, their shows, what they do, is a form of escapism.
Yeah.
We watch there's whatever projects they do, whether TV shows, movies, or whatever. We watch it as a form of escapism. And when you're a celebrity and you have like these roles that you create, I know you have your Twitter accounts and your whatever Facebooks and all that stuff. Sometimes they try to also be political and try to say, I'd rather them not do that. If they got to promote your project, promote what you're doing, your work, everything about it. If you want to do charity work, that's fine. I have no problem with charity work. To put your money where your mouth is, do some charity work, do some stuff. I don't like it when they try to dictate to us how to think or how to feel or whatever. I rather them not do that because, and to be quite honest, Hollywood is very hypocritical anyway. I mean, for prime example, the Me Too movement, I thought, like, to be honest, like, I understand maybe some of them didn't want to say anything or whatever, but the fact that a lot of these celebrities worked with Harvey Weinstein and what he did, yet they probably knew about this all this time, yet they kept their mouth shut. And then as soon as they came out, they're all like, he's that. He's this, that's what it was. Tells me that they're hypocritical.
Same thing that happened with Joss Whedon
exactly.
now. Same exact thing.
They keep their mouth shut because they want to keep their, and I get it. When like sometimes, when you might work for somebody that is not really a good person, not whatever, and you see what they do, but you put up with it because you want to keep your job. I get it. I understand the method, but at the same time is when you do that, when you come out and you try to be all like this, like voice of the voices or whatever, you still like look like a pretty shitty character in the process because you were there, you knew what was happening, you didn't do anything about it. That's my point about it. I rather than not do anything about it. Don't take no stance. Best case scenario, and there's plenty of people out there who are in politics that people can follow and listen to because that's what they do. They do politics. They actually are in politics. Yeah. If you want to follow them, that's fine. They have the right to do it because they're in that realm. With entertainers and celebrities, I rather than not do it because I want to be. I use them for a form of escapism. I use them for a form of like getting my mind off of everything the craziness that we go on to this world.
Right.
And that's pretty much my viewpoint of this. If you have a responsibility as a performer to, entertain us, and that's it. If you honestly, and you can't keep your opinions, you might want to turn off Twitter and turn off your whatever, and just, don't be in social media whatsoever. Just right. Perform. The fact that I thought this was her biggest role in Hollywood. She had a great character, and now practically that's gone, that character. I mean, I don't know if they're going to recast her. They might, but I don't know. I think
they said they're not going to.
Yeah,
they said they're not going to.
Which and in some ways though, it's funny. It's fine though, because the good thing about it is the silver line about it is that the way the show ended, the season 2 ended, the story arc, there's no continuation of the story arc with her. It kind of felt like it almost finished that story arc because you don't really, there's not one more story can you tell about her in Mando. I mean, I think the storyline that's going to go on in season 3 is practically Mando and Bo-Katan, because that story did not end. That story is going to continue. So her story arc was not really anything where like you had to see her again, or you had to see more of her. Not to say
Right.
we'd like to see more of her, but not
she
over.
was going to get a spin. She was going to get a spin-off show, actually.
Not anymore. So
not anymore.
Yeah, exactly, not anymore. But I'm saying though, like really for the show Mandalorian, she's not somebody that I feel her storyline it's something where like, wait a minute, they ended the story like that. How come we didn't find out about this or that? There's nothing about her that really going to move that storyline forward. Now, like I said, if it was Bo-Katan, that would have been probably major because, like I said, how can you tell the whole thing that the fact that Mando got this Darksaber and she's supposed to be the leader of the Mandalorians, you still got to tell that story, So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I'll leave it. I like I said, I'm not gonna get involved, in all this political crap because it doesn't really need to be said. But the thing, my point of view is, I'd rather people keep their political views to themselves. Like the two things you should never talk to, and when you go to bars, politics and religion. Don't ever talk about that stuff. You gotta, no matter what, you're never gonna agree with the person. You're always gonna butt heads because everybody has their own opinions about stuff, and that's pretty much what I like to leave it at that. Keep your politics and religious views to yourself, and especially if you're in entertainment.
And if you have anything like politics-wise you want to say, I'm talking for like actors and actresses out there. Like, I understand you may feel heated. You may feel like you're in a moment about something, but some things you say, just make sure you are direct with what you say. Because like with things that she said, I can see it. I was like, oh, that's not good. But like, say it more like in a way that's not like a that people won't take offense to it. I guess you could say
exactly, and I think that's
that won't rub people the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can share your point, but not to a point where it's like you're gonna freaking light a fire under someone's ass and just be like, what the freaking heck?
Yeah, and that's the point. Like there's certain elements to certain sayings. Like whatever political views you have, there's certain elements to sayings that I feel like, regardless of what you think or not, don't think about it, it's offensive to people. Regardless of how you come about it, whatever you think, it's offensive. It's choose your words wisely, and that's kind of the world. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in nowadays. But like I said, that's something that I feel like people need to just like, you know what? Don't even say anything. Sometimes it's better not to say nothing. Sometimes it's better not to say anything about it. When it comes to because like I said, it could be misconstrued. People could take it the wrong way and use it against you. So for me, it's like sometimes it's better to keep, not to say like, I mean, like I said, we all have our viewpoints, we all have our things. I mean, I don't think people have, but a lot of times, like I said, though, I think it's better to say not say anything at all. I mean, not to say I agree with freedom of speech. Everybody has a right to their freedom of speech, but there are also especially when you're representing a company, a job, or certain things, certain elements, there's consequences to that. You have the right to say whatever you want in this country, but if you represent like a corporation, a company, an endorsement, something like that, there are consequences because you become the face of that whole thing. So
if you have, I mean, I can't even imagine like if Tom Cruise was to say something and it's just like everyone just ends up canceling him, or like the fact of like some other big name person, Christopher Nolan, says something and it just burns him to the ground. Like these actors and entertainers like LeBron James, Dave Chappelle, every one of you guys have your own audience. Yes, you guys say some things that are really push people's buttons, but don't jeopardize your job over it. I mean, saying something like that and then losing your job. Granted, yes, she got another project right away. Good for you. Congratulations. Happy for you. Happy you found something right away. But you had a good opportunity here. And with a couple things you decided to type on your phone, now it's gone. And you have a lot of people who hate you and a lot of people who do like you.
I mean, point being though, like, okay, we work with customer service and all that. I can't go over there and start cussing my, like in front of people. Like, I'm being, hey, what the fuck's up, guys? Like, it can't be like that. There's certain rules and there's certain things I can't do. Where, like, and even my job, it can't do. I can't be like fucking cussing in front of customers and all that stuff because I work with customer service. That's, I'll offend people. Just, and that's pretty much it. Even it's unfortunately for celebrities, they're always in the spotlight. So, and that's the price you pay when you're in that. Yeah, exactly. You can't just say whatever you want because it doesn't apply. Unfortunately, it does not apply to you when it comes to that because people will see that. So, like, you have to play a certain person, have to be like pretty, responsible what you're saying or what you're doing, because everybody's gonna be, the attention's gonna be right on you, So, like I said, I think if celebrities, if this is a problem, then like I said, turn off your Twitter. I know you got all these people who are fan base or whatever, but if you feel like the need to say something. Maybe you should turn that on. Maybe you should just cancel Twitter or whatever, or cancel Facebook or whatever. I mean, it's costing them millions of dollars. It's going to cost them millions of dollars by saying something stupid. Yeah. So
and for what?
For what?
Just
yeah, exactly.
For honestly, for what?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like I said, just don't say anything, move on, and that's it. I think I hope. That should be the case for everybody, to be quite honest. Like I said, I can't do that in my own job too. I can't just go over and start cussing at a storm over there in front of everybody. It's like, I can't do that. So what if I can't do that? They shouldn't do it either. So
right, exactly. All right, moving on from this. So for some reason, this is a thing. This is going to be a thing. For some reason, HBO Max announces they're going to make a new adult animated Velma Dinkley origin story.
I never knew her last name was Dinkley, by the way.
I had to look it up, and it was like, is it for like all those like people out there who were just like wondering, like, oh man, I really want to know what it would be like to be like to get with Velma, to have Velma as my girlfriend, to fantasize about Velma, like, oh gosh. I don't understand. Do you understand, Pete? Do you understand this?
No, I do not, because I don't know. I mean, it's. I mean, Velma's not one of the characters you look at Scooby Doo and be like, yes, I want to see more of Velma. I mean, I think she's a great character. Don't get me wrong, because she was the smartest character. She always figured out the mysteries, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. Do we really need this? No, probably not. I mean,
no, not at all.
I mean,
not at all.
My question is, why does it need to be an adult animated? Like why should we have sexy Velma? What's she gonna do? Like,
that's what I'm thinking. It's like a sexy Velma kind of a thing.
Yeah, where are they going with this? I'm not sure where they're going. Now, if it's more of Velma solving mysteries kind of thing, like solving maybe, I don't know, maybe a murder mystery or something, maybe I can see that. I can see somewhere in that sense. Since like I said, she usually been the one to solve the mysteries in Scooby Doo. So, but I don't know. Like I said, maybe they know something I don't know. Maybe like Hollywood knows something I don't know about like this. Maybe it's gonna be a good story. I can't really tell you. Let me ask you something.
I just Googled sexy Velma, and yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do that.
Well, let me ask you something. Here's a question. Because it seems to me this show is all about like really not so maybe like questionable decisions from Hollywood with their TV shows. Have you ever heard like news of a TV show, a new TV show, a new movie coming out, and you're kind of like, nah, I don't think that's gonna be good, and it turned out to be very good? Have you had experience of that?
I mean, I'm trying to remember what movie I.
Like something that you're like, no, this is gonna suck, and then you're like, you watch it and you're like, wow, that was actually pretty good. I'm actually surprised.
No, I don't think I have. Is it like I have a good sense of like what I'm getting into after I watch the trailer
Yes.
of what the movie is. And
we haven't watched the trailer to these shows yet, to be quite honest.
true.
So we don't know like they're like if it's gonna be good or not. I tell you what though. I tell you what, Guardians of the Galaxy was a surprise though. I don't think people thought it would be that successful.
But I saw it as a. See, I didn't go in thinking like the movie was going to suck.
Okay.
I went in there being optimistic, I should say. I'm trying to look at my case here and see what movie on there that kind of surprised me. But
you know what? I'll be honest. Cobra Kai surprised me. I think Cobra Kai surprised me. I didn't think Cobra Kai will be good, and look how good it is.
All right.
So that's something
that's
that
true.
literally, like something with Karate Kid that we bring it back. I mean, that was something successful. That's doing really well. Or
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
There you go. You're right. That was something that I don't think a lot of people thought was going to be that good. Turned out to be one of the best, a great trilogy, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
So
because that was something that was like, I don't know, James Franco, I don't know, and then you see it and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I wasn't real sold with the trailer too. I remember seeing the trailer. I was like, I don't know. It wasn't, but then it turned out the movie was excellent though.
Yeah, I just remember after that, I was like, okay, all right, never mind. I'm on board with this.
Well, not yet. Let's see the trailer first before we make any real.
No, I need to see a trailer first.
Yeah, 100%. I need to see a trailer to this. Like, I need to see a trailer to this, or True Lies, or some of the other stuff we've seen. I need to see a trailer because I'm still not completely sold with this.
No, not at all. All right, so moving on, we're going to talk about our WandaVision in review. So we got to do 2 reviews for WandaVision.
Oh yes, since we missed both of them.
Yes, since we missed both of them. So I'm just going to say the first episode we talk about was the Brady Bunch one.
Yes.
Was it Brady Bunch?
No, the what was it? We're on 5th episode. Was it the 5th episode? Right.
It was the 5th episode.
The 5th episode was the one in the 80s. It was more family ties and growing pains.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that was the 80s.
Family ties. Yep. Yeah. And then we were with the kids, and then they were already. Were they born yet?
No, they're already born. They're more like young kids. They're more like 8-year-olds or whatever. And remember the episode they got a dog named Sparky. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, but you see more Vision kind of questioning the whole thing, reality, and all that stuff. Like there's a point in the episode where Agnes came in there, in the middle of the conversation, she's like, oh, that wasn't good. Do you want me to do it again? Like that wasn't good. The dialogue. We want me to, and then Vision's question was like, why did she do that? Like, why did she just notice that? And like, Juan just kind of play it off. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
The end of that episode was awesome.
Yes.
The last
coming out of it.
Yes, the last 8 minutes actually was awesome because we seen this big argument between Vision and Wanda happen, where like Vision's kind of like, Chris, there you are.
There you are.
You just like flash. Where like Vision was questioning Wanda what's going on, everything about it, and all that stuff, and he kind of flips out.
Yeah.
And Wanda kind of like, and the end. You hear the knock at the door, and Wanda's like, I'm not doing this. And then he opens the door, or she opens the door. It turns out to be Quicksilver
Yep.
But not just any Quicksilver. Quicksilver from the Fox universe, Evan Peters.
Yep.
Which to me was the biggest holy shit moment in the whole series. Because that really
as of right now. Yes.
Yeah, that's right now. Biggest whole shit the whole series. Because I'm like, even when I remember like finished watching that episode, I'm like, what's that mean? Like I'm like, I'll be honest.
Nobody knows what it means.
No, we didn't. Not even now. I know what that means because I'm still kind of questioning the whole thing. Because so, did the multiverse happen? Did they just and now like the Fox X-Men are a thing, or is this really that Quicksilver, or is it somebody else playing that Quicksilver? We don't know. It's really like up in the air because Wanda's not in control of it. She doesn't even. So we go to the next episode, the 90s episode, which is more Malcolm in the Middle, and it's a kind of a Halloween-centric episode. And you can throughout the episode.
Don't forget, she came out of the dome with that episode.
Oh yes. Oh no, I forgot that. That was a great scene too.
Yeah.
Episode 5. That was a great scene where like she came out because they had a drone.
Yeah.
That was I believe the director of SOAR was wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
Monica did not know about that. Nobody knew about it except the director of SOAR. And then it turns out she just destroyed the drone, dragged it out, threw it in the feet of the director, and says, "Is this yours?"
Yeah.
And you kind of find out how much of a badass she really is.
Oh,
because she had all these machine guns pointed at her, and with her mind control power, she just flipped it on the director of SWORD, like literally, like control these guys, and flipped it. And director of SWORD, like all the soldiers were aiming at him at one point because she controlled their mind and wanted to control their minds. So that was an awesome scene, and also shows that she's very self-aware what's going on in the world. Also, she's very self-aware of what she's doing. So this pretty much saying, "Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. This is what I want." So that was a very good scene too. Then the next episode, of course, it takes place in the 90s, more Malcolm in the Middle, and Halloween eccentric episode, and the interaction between Wanda and Pietro Quicksilver were awesome because she kept on questioning him, like at one point she asked him, "What happened to your accent?" And he like fires back, "What happened to your accent?" And also she asked him like, "Oh, what's your teacher? What's our teacher? Do you remember the teacher over this?" And that? She had to like kind of look back at memories from him, and he kept on saying, "Hey, I know what you're doing. You know, it's me. You know, like you don't have to do this to me. You know, have to." And she tried like he's trying to open up to her, even though she's kind of very unsure that who this person really is, if he really is Quicksilver or not.
Do you think it's Mephisto or Manifesto or whatever his name is?
Possibly.
He's just throwing everyone for a loop, even the audience.
But the problem is with the whole thing is this has to be that Quicksilver from Fox Universe. It has to be. They can't. There's no way of.
I can see you, Shauna. We were having technical difficulties.
Yes. It has to be that Vision. I mean, I'm sorry, it has to be that Quicksilver because there's no way you can do twists where it's not, and that's because the way it makes no sense. Why would they do that Quicksilver from Fox and not the one from MCU? You know what I'm saying?
To screw us over, to have us.
Yeah, but to screw us over, but still it makes no sense. Like, why would they? That's like, why would it be that Quicksilver? You know what I'm saying? Like, why that one? Unless, like...
What other one would it be? Because they're not going to get Taylor Johnson to come back to play Quicksilver.
I mean, possibly you still might see him. You still might see Taylor Johnson come back. I mean, I don't think they're left in bad terms. Because, you know what's funny? There's an Easter egg. I don't know if you noticed, like, the Quicksilver was, running around and all that. And the kids were like, they like respond to him like, "Oh, let's go steal some candy," whatever. And they're like, "Kick ass," and they take off, and she responds, "Kick ass," kind of like almost an Easter, like saying Taylor Johnson. Kick ass. See that? Little, like,
I didn't notice that.
So I still think we might see Taylor Johnson. It's not like the actor came out and saying, "Oh, that's bullshit." Like you think the actor would have came out, "Oh, that's bullshit." Don't have me in the show. Like
Right.
he would have came out and said something. He hasn't said shit yet, so still possibly we might see him in the show.
Maybe.
I think this Quicksilver. I think it's. I haven't. My theory is Doctor Strange, because he knows what's going on with Wanda. He's aware of her powers and the danger of her powers. He decided to bring that Quicksilver from the multiverse, from the X-Men multiverse, over here in a way to try to like get to open her up, to
Right.
get closer, to kind of like maybe see why, like, because even he asked her, it's like, oh, I it's pretty cool what you did with your powers. Like, how did you do it? Like, maybe he's trying to find out like questions like about like how what, like, why this happened, because he keeps on asking like, how did you do this? Like, why did this happen? This and that. So that's my theory. Is I think it's that Quicksilver. I think now a possibility could be a villain like Mephisto and all. But I think it's Doctor Strange trying to find somehow to reach to Wanda and to have her like maybe see if there's also some another nefarious means. Maybe the reason why Wanda's doing this.
Right.
Trying to like be a spy in there. But I think that's who it is.
Okay.
That's my theory. Because I don't think somebody else is saying maybe he's an agent of S.W.O.R.D., like, maybe the S.W.O.R.D. to send him there to do that too as well. Possible that's a reason. But I don't think they're that sophisticated to figure that out, like multiverse and all that stuff. I don't think they're that sophisticated yet. Because the guy who's running it seems kind of an idiot anyway. So the guy who's running S.W.O.R.D. So
about that guy though, why did he have a tracker on Vision?
Good question. I mean, possibly. Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe somebody put a tracker on him.
Yeah. Why on Vision? Why not on Wanda? Why is there a tracker on Vision? Granted, yeah, well, Vision was destroyed in Infinity War, but why was there a tracker on him?
I mean, possibly. I'm not sure, actually. That's a good question. I mean, possibly someone might put a tracker on him. Maybe someone might put a tracker on him or something like that. I'm not sure. Could have been Quicksilver. I'm not sure because he's fast enough to do something without nobody knowing.
True.
So,
also another question I have for you: who do you think is the scientist that Miss Rambo was talking about in the earlier episodes?
So there's three possibilities, or like somebody saying the theories and all they have. One could be Reed Richards from Fantastic Four, which would be a crazy reveal. Another could be Blue Marvel. I forgot the character's name, but Blue Marvel is a newer superhero who also was an astrophysicist, and I mean he's practically like Superman, like even stronger than Superman. To be quite honest, he has. And another one will be Riri Williams, who plays Ironheart. But I think she's way too young to be that character yet, and way too young to be that. So I don't think it's her. The only one I could think it could be is either Blue Marvel or Reed Richards. I don't think
Blue Marvel because we have too many powerful characters as it is. So
he might not be Blue Marvel yet. Like he might be and then become Blue Marvel because the whole thing with his storyline is he was an astrophysicist. I think he got into the whole negative zone, trying to figure out the negative zone, got stuck in there. That's where he gained his powers. So he might not be Blue Marvel yet, but that's a possibility why he could be that character. They could introduce it that way, and then later on becomes like that character. Reed Richards is, I think, could be Reed Richards. Because supposedly there is a rumor like saying that there's going to be a huge reveal in the end of WandaVision, so it could be Reed Richards. That'll be a huge reveal. But the problem is though, like I feel like in order for him to be him, they have to cast him first, and I feel like Fantastic Four is such a big movie that I feel the casting will be revealed Reed Richards before the movie comes out.
No,
and I think it's going to be announced. No, I know.
I mean, They kept Mark Hamill on the wraps for a whole year.
With Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
That's a strong possibility. It could be Reed Richards. Very strong possibility. But I'll be probably more leaning to Blue Marvel. I'm more leaning towards him just because. But the problem is, the problem is if they do reveal him, it won't be a big reveal because not a lot of people are familiar with that character. So Reed Richards will be the bigger holy shit moment reveal. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay.
You know, could be Hank McCoy. Could be Hank McCoy though.
True.
Beast. I think he was an astrophysicist. And possibly him.
Possibly. That'd be another old shit moment.
Yeah, but Reed Richards seems like a good guess.
Yeah, that would be a good guess. So let me ask you this then. Do you think there's a tracker on Vision because they were trying to turn him into White Vision?
What's that? Oh.
Do you think there's a tracker on Vision because they were, in a way, working on him to turn him into White Vision?
Possibly. That's a good question because he, like in the comic books, when he first debuted, he was that colored Vision, the one you see now.
Yeah.
And then later on, become a White Vision from later comics. Very possible. So that is to say that Vision will still exist after this whole thing is over. So you think that's a possibility that Vision will still exist, to still be alive after all this?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. I think, they're not, Marvel's not really particular about bringing characters back to life, but in this case, and since he's an android, I think that that will probably happen. So, yes, I can probably see that. I don't know. I'm just saying though, the only thing I really question about this is really Quicksilver. The Fox Quicksilver really throws me to the loop because I'm not sure exactly like what's the reason behind that character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only one that throws me to the loop because we already figure out that everybody in that town is a prisoner with Wanda's powers. They're pretty much prisoners. They're pretty much, their minds are kind of like locked into these characters. Vision kind of unlocks these people's minds to see what's going on with them. Even Agnes, who to me, like, I know there's a theory that she was a witch and all that. She played this witch, but I think she's just a regular person. So that's everything is pretty straightforward except for Quicksilver. I'm not sure where that's going.
All right.
Which makes it more exciting because, like I said, though, there's definitely something behind that whole thing. Which I possibly, like I said, my theory is Doctor Strange and the multiverse, or it could be something more sinister, where, like you say, Mephisto's behind it. So
I'm going Mephisto. So
the only problem with Mephisto is, so you're practically introducing a demon into this.
Yeah.
Now, possibly it could be because he wants Wanda and her powers, change reality, maybe change reality to more. So that's storyline driven. That could be it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's, like I said, though, the way the story's going, it's really good. I don't know. It could take that left turn out of like the left turn where you're like, what the hell, but it's a very possibility.
Well, we got 3 episodes left.
And like I said, you also got to look at it this way. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, they said that Wanda is going to be in that show. So, like I said, there has to be that connection. I still feel Doctor Strange is going to be in the end of this series. I still feel somehow he's going to pop in because I feel that it has to be that connection. Why is, Multiverse of Madness and everything that's going on with Wanda. So,
we shall look into it. We shall see. Now into our movie in review. Another 48 Hours, starring Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy. Buddy cop movie, back at it again. I saw this movie beforehand, but I ended up seeing it again. I mean, to be honest, I actually kind of like this one better than the first one. A little bit.
Really?
A little bit, only because of the fact that they were
grittier.
it's more
grittier.
Yeah, it's more grittier, and like since the two guys know each other already, and it like Eddie Murphy just wants him to stay the freak away, and like Nick Nolte's like, come on, man, come on, we can work this out. I get your money, the money I've been holding your money, so yeah, yeah, come on. But the story is about Jack Cates once again enlists the aid of an ex-con, Reggie Hammond, this time to take down the Iceman, a ruthless drug lord operating in the San Francisco Bay Area. Now, I'm trying to figure out if I remember anyone in this movie.
And also, you have what's in the brother of the original like villain, the first one. He's
Yes.
kind of like him and his biker gang.
Yeah.
So he's kind of involved in this too.
Oh yeah, that dude with his hair.
Yes.
Oh god, yeah, I remember that dude. I think Willie Hickok or whatever. The gunfights in this movie were like, I don't know. This seemed kind of like far-fetched in a way to me, because the guy, the biker gang cop, was like, I'm gonna kill that cop. I was like, yeah, you can kill that dude, huh? And Nick Nolte is just more straightforward, and it seems like a drunk, and it doesn't seem like he can actually really aim for shit. So it's like, there's no way you're gonna be able to like get these guys if you wanted to. But overall, I mean, I did enjoy the movie. Like I said,
the twist in the end, though. The twist in the end was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good twist in that. I did not expect. I mean, I knew it was going to be a cop, but I didn't think it was going to be like that cop.
Yeah.
Like I didn't expect that.
That's a pretty cool twist when you find out who the Iceman really is, and you're like, oh, okay, whoa, that was a cool, like, unexpected twist.
Yeah. But overall, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the gunfight at the end more than anything. And then there's no way you can tell me that Eddie Murphy was able to survive that bus crash. Just no way. Just no way. That bus flipped over 50,000 times. His exact words. That bus flipped over 50 times. Yeah, and I'm still alive and don't have a scratch on me. You gotta be kidding me.
It's just I feel like it's 80s movies, like action films, where like I feel like the heroes in the movies are always very protected, extremely protected.
Oh yeah,
it's like it's one thing that I remember so much about 80s, like they always get shot in the arm, always, never in the chest.
Well, Eddie got shot in the chest.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nolte shot him in the chest. I was like, yeah, actually surprised about that.
You're right about that. You're right.
He's like, shoot me, Jack, shoot me. And he's like, okay. Boom. He's like, oh, he really shot me.
Well, it's funny in the first one, it has the same situation where for like same situation with the other guy. Remember, it's like, oh, you almost shot me. You know that you son of a bitch, you almost shot me. He actually shoot him this time.
Actually really shot him this time. Let's see if we can see some gifts and some goose in here. All right, so the cable car scene in the street scenes before and after the shootout at the Chinese hotel is clearly a fake body on a rubber-tired trailer. Shot scene and silhouette reveal just two simple axles underneath rather than the four axles complexated under the carriage. Huh. That's interesting. That is pretty interesting. All right. Tisha Campbell Martin is listed as a credit as Amy Kirkland, although her surname should be Smith. That's interesting. So, what's her name? Pam from the Martin sitcom. Martin Lawrence sitcom is in the movie at the very end. But guess how much this movie cost to make? Back in 1990.
80 million?
You say 80?
Yeah.
38.
Oh, 38 million?
Opening weekend, 19. Gross USA 80, worldwide 153 million. Made its money back. Definitely made its money back. And next week we'll be reviewing Beverly Hills Cop 2 and 3.
All right.
2 and 3. Because we got
feature right there. I like that.
We got to stay on par with because Coming to America 2 is coming out in like 3 weeks, so we gotta fly through these. But other than that, Sarah, what have you been watching?
Let's see. What have I been watching? Trying to think because the last 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure I've seen something. So I did watch an old movie the other day that's a classic that I really enjoy. I watched it again, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Clint Eastwood spaghetti western.
Yeah.
What's great about that is actually a prequel. You know, the Fistful of Dollars came first, then few dollars more, then Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I think Good, Bad, and the Ugly is probably the best movie of the bunch, which is kind of rare to say for a prequel.
Right.
No, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's awesome. Great music. It still hasn't, has aged very well. What's crazy about the movie is the fact that, Clint Eastwood, of course, is an American actor, and all English-speaking actor. The guy who directed these movies, Sergio Leone, only spoke Italian. So in order to direct Clint Eastwood, he had to have an interpreter between them. So everything that he said to interpret, he had to tell Clint Eastwood how to do. So hey, that's pretty much the relationship as a fluent interpreter. So I thought that was pretty cool, neat trivia from that movie. But yeah, it's an excellent movie. The music is amazing. I think it's one of the first straight up Mexican standoffs you've seen in a movie, where literally 3 guys standing there, and it's almost like a 10-minute standoff. Really, just standing there waiting to shoot. So. Great movie, awesome movie, definitely worth watching if you haven't watched it yet. Let's see, anything else I watched besides that? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think nothing else, Chris.
Okay.
Nothing else nothing I watched it. Nothing new, at least. So.
All right. I saw Malcolm and Marie, the movie on Netflix, starring John David Washington and Zendaya. They filmed that movie in quarantine together last year. All in one house. So, and just those 2 actors in the movie. That's it. That's it for hour and a half. No, almost 2. It's almost 2-hour movie. Almost 2 hours. And literally the whole movie, Pete, when I tell you this, whole movie is literally just arguing. Just arguing.
How was it though? How was the movie itself?
I enjoyed it very much, mostly because of the fact of the acting. The acting between them two, especially at a part where Zendaya had, it shocked the hell out of me. I was like, holy shit, she can actually act. And then John David Washington doing his acting roles and whatnot, and there's times where he's going on like a 3 to 4 minute rant about something, and he's just going off and off and off, and you're like, damn, this dude can really just hold his own and keep it entertaining and keep it going. And I was actually really impressed by both the actors in the movie.
You can feel like it's kind of almost like a play in a sense. Like you can see this as a play.
I can see it as a play, and I can see it as. I see it more of as a play, but it's told inside of a house. Granted, they go to different rooms and whatnot, and at times they're standing outside smoking a cigarette. But I can see it as a play. Actually, I'm actually thinking about it.
Yeah, because if it all takes place in a house in a room, you can see different sets, different room sets, and different.
Definitely for sure.
I mean, for 2 actors to carry a movie an hour and a half, though, that's a lot of lot of work.
A lot of dialogue, a lot of work, and just a lot of between the two
And
characters,
those are the only two actors you've seen in the movie.
Yeah.
Then nobody else.
that's it.
That's all. That's it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work from both actors because you really have to carry the movie throughout.
Yeah.
Only very few movies I've seen that I only have like two actors and that's it. Even I think we've seen what was it, last year's movie? But what was the Marriage Story? But that was like literally still actors in it. It wasn't just them. It was like Ray Liotta and I can't think of another movie that really only had two actors and that's it.
Two actors.
I know there is a couple, but it's very rare.
It's very rare for it to happen. It's very rare for me to actually think that. I didn't think it would actually work. But in my opinion, I thought it did. I know it didn't get reviewed well on, I think it got like a 6 or 7 on Netflix, not Netflix, but on IGN. But I mean, I've seen it probably 2 or 3 times, mostly because just the fact of the acting, because I enjoyed watching them act together. Because it felt like that was actually a real relationship, and they were arguing and they were fighting about something, and that was both people, both actors made their point on something, and then at some points it would just like break off, and then someone will say something and it will start right back up again, and then it's just crazy to think like they've made it feel so real, the argument so real, and they carried the movie that way. I mean, I was impressed. I was very impressed.
Yeah. But like I said though, I think if just the fact that you have two people in the same room acting for an hour and a half and pretty much tell a story that says something, it goes to show, like, I mean, we already know these two young actors have acting chops. I think we see from their previous movie roles, but still shows that's a lot of
work.
That's a lot actually to bring out, because like I said, usually like ensemble cast, like any movie you have ensemble cast, it helps you out having other people do the acting roles. You don't have to do like constant lines and constant dialogue, and
right.
You can also play off with other actors. So that's definitely very impressive.
Yes, very impressive. Second movie I watched was Judas and the Black Messiah. That's on.
All right. How was that one?
I actually really enjoyed that one. I did not know about I forgot his name. Leader for the Black Panthers. Fred Hampton. There. I did not know about his story and whatnot, and then coming to find out that he was only 21 years old and leading people and trying to unite everyone together. And the FBI didn't really care for that too much.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really enjoyed it. I did not think that was actually kind of his true story, especially with them having a CI pretty much inside the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
But they actually showed footage of the actual dude, and he actually they showed footage of the interview, and he was talking about everything that was going on. I was like, oh, damn, okay, so this actually really legit happened. You were a spy in the Black Panthers.
Well, what year did this take place?
1965.
1965, okay. So even before the Civil Rights Movement.
Yeah. It was
okay.
Actually,
the Civil Rights Act, I should say.
It was
the Civil Rights Act.
Is right after. Actually, no, it's probably later than 65. It was right after when Martin Luther King was killed.
Okay.
And then
because after that, I believe they did the Civil Rights Act in I think 1968. I want to say. Trying to get. It
was around the area.
History, right?
It was around the area because Malcolm X was gone. Martin Luther King was just killed. And
yeah, Martin Luther King was assassinated before Malcolm X. I'm sorry, Malcolm X was assassinated before Martin Luther King. I believe. Then Martin Luther King got assassinated either. So yeah, there was.
They made mention of them two, And it's like, oh, how do you feel about Martin Luther King getting killed and whatnot? Because they're still fighting for rights and whatnot. And seeing the movie, and not only seeing the movie, talking with my dad because he was actually in Chicago during that time the movie was happening in real life, and he has gone to he was never. I mean, be clear to everyone here, he was never a Black Panther. He was never a Black Panther, but he did go to a meeting when Fred Hampton was there, and he said when the actor who plays Fred Hampton, which is Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out, the main character, the guy from Get Out, he said he played him perfectly to the T. The fact of how he spoke and how he was wording his words, exactly how my dad remembers it. So goes to show you that guy's probably going to get a freaking Oscar. Not going Oscar nominations.
I mean, he's a very good actor too, though, because I've seen him in playing movie roles at Get Out and all that stuff. He really is a solid actor. So
between him and the other guy, Lakeith Stanfield, he did a good role too, because he was what was it? He was in Knives Out. He was also
I know that. Yes,
he was also in Get Out. He was in what was he also? He's been in a lot of things, actually.
He's. I know who you're talking about, and the roles he plays is always very diverse because he switches characters like this. Like
it's never the same character.
Yeah, he always changes up his characters a lot. Like he like almost like a chameleon. He can switch up different characters, different roles. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he's a pretty good, very impressive actor. Forget what else because I know I remember seeing Knives Out, but he was in something else too that was completely different role.
Gems.
I forget what it was. What's that?
Uncut Gems.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I remember seeing him in that role, and then I see him in Knives Out. He plays like the detective that plays like two different and I'm like, wow, that's really impressive. I did not. They seem like two different people, you know. So yeah, that guy's a good actor, man. Very good actor.
It is a very good movie. Be sure to check that out on HBO Max. You got until I think a month from today, actually, to watch it.
What, they're gonna take it out?
Yeah, they take it out. You only got a month to watch it on HBO Max, and they take it off.
Really?
Yeah, The Little Things is about to be taken off at the end of the month.
Really? Oh, so like Wonder Woman's taken out too?
Wonder Woman's is gone.
Really?
Yep.
So
that
makes no sense. So like, why?
30 days.
So they take it for.
It's 30 days, then it's taken off, and then they wait a couple weeks, and they put it on where you can actually rent it on like streaming platforms.
Oh, I see. But I'm guessing later on, once it's done, they'll bring it right back.
I'm sure.
Because why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Yeah, what wouldn't they? I mean, I know they're trying to make some money, but what wouldn't they? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
So, okay. No, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
But other than that, playing game-wise, I've been playing the usual stuff, play Call of Duty, that kind of thing. But I will say one thing, though. I went to Hollywood Studios 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I did a little something. Alexa, turn off the TV. Check this out. I'm sure everyone's seen pictures. If you've seen my social media, you've seen pictures. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. I build my lightsaber.
Oh, that is sweet.
Yes.
Wow.
Freaking awesome.
That is pretty sweet.
So, turn this back on. Went to Savvy's workshop in Hollywood Studios, paid $200, and built my lightsaber. I can easily take it apart, like so. I did not say Alexa.
Sorry, I thought I heard my name.
No, you didn't. You didn't. You easily take it apart and put it back together, all that kind of stuff. This experience was Very cool, very, very awesome, because it was like me and like 15 other people in a room building our lightsabers. And then at the end of it, it was like a dark room, and they tell us like, "Oh, put your hand on your lightsaber. Now everyone activate." And everyone just like activated their lightsaber, and it was like everyone had a different colors, and like raise your lightsaber. So we were all just like raise our lightsaber. It's freaking awesome. It's really great.
Dude, that was a good day for you. That was a really good day for you because not only you got that, but you got the Buccaneers just won to the Super Bowl, man. That was like a hell of a day.
Oh yeah. Home team.
That's a hell of a day for you, Chris.
Home team. Yeah. It was. Yeah. It was a hell. Not only that, but rode Rise of Resistance, which is the hardest ride to ride on at Disney, or one of them, which is freaking awesome. If you've never been to Hollywood Studios, and if you plan on going, definitely go to Rise of Resistance and definitely reserve your spot at 7:00 in the morning. It is well worth it. Also rode Smuggler's Run, which you actually get inside the Millennium Falcon and actually get to control that. That was pretty awesome. What else we did? Toy Story Mania, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to, really. I can't wait to build me another one. I'm going to have him as an X back there.
What's going to be in your other color? Yeah,
I don't know
for Mace Windu. What's he going to be other color, though?
I don't know yet. I'm thinking I'm going to go more Sith, because I can interchange with like all like light colors, but I think I want to go with the Sith like handle and whatnot.
Yeah.
And just go like red. But also found out I can actually buy the crystals online, because there's actually a crystal in here, supposedly.
So you can switch up the colors if you want to.
I switched up the colors everywhere.
Wow, that is pretty fucking cool, actually. Not gonna lie, that is really cool.
Yeah, actually, show you. Have you played anything this week?
Well, yeah. Actually, like Sean was saying, I played a lot of Smash. I was playing with in their house with Rob. Freaking whipped my ass in Smash. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was getting killed in Smash. But that was a lot of fun. It's the thing about Smash though is it's a good party game, right? You can play with the items and all this other shit, but it's a really good fighting game too. Because and like I said, that game is like a straight up like if you know how to play that game, it's a straight fighter. Right. So yeah, but pretty much Rob whooped my ass. I'm not gonna even lie about that. I was so frustrated at one point. I threw the controller. I'm like this. Because it's one of those things with fighting games, like literally you think you hit the button, you didn't hit the button, you're like, what the hell? I hit the button. I swear to God I did, Yeah. So I was pissed about that game. But anyway, it was fun, but definitely angry. But another game I've been playing a lot of, actually, that I got into the storyline is Mortal Kombat 11.
Nice.
So, yes, I'm playing Mortal Kombat 11 right now. I even got all the DLC with, it has Rambo and RoboCop, and Terminator, and Spawn, and all those characters. So that's a lot of fun. Dude, I really like the story. The story is so cool. That's why I'm excited for the movie Mortal Kombat, because if they kind of go into that route, and kind of like go like in that story, it could be really awesome Mortal Kombat's movie series. But it's really cool. It's cool because this one kind of moves like has to do a lot with time travel. Yeah. Like, so I don't know if you want me to tell you the story a little bit.
I have it. I haven't played it yet, so don't spoil it.
all I can say is it's cool because this is new character called Chronica, and she has to do with time travel, or she controls time.
Okay. So
she kind of brings back like old like Mortal Kombat characters, or brings back characters like she brings back like there's Liu Kang in the present and there's Liu Kang from the past.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or there's like Kano from the present, Kano from the past, or like there's Sonya Blade.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they interact with one another, and the people from the past knows the details of what happens to them in the future, and they're just kind of like, really, like that's happened to us, and that's going to happen to us, and that's going to they're kind of still like very. So it's kind of cool, that storyline, how they go, the characters, how they interact. like it's kind of cool. Like, so for instance, like Jax. Yeah, okay, so Jax has a daughter in the game. Like, so it's kind of weird to see young Jax interact with his daughter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like his daughter tries to like, and his old Jax, his father is kind of like completely different from young Jax.
Right.
Or even like Sonya Blade interacts with her daughter Cassie Cage. Like Cassie Cage is kind of the leader of the army now in the military, and she's kind of like, it's kind of weird. And at that time, Sonya Blade was not really with Johnny Cage yet, so she's kind of like, I married that guy. I have a kid with that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Johnny Cage is so like tries to be this like douchebag kind of Hollywood guy. So it's just weird, like all those like elements of the game, like how they interact and all that stuff. So it's really cool. That's why I'm saying though, like honestly, the whole story of Mortal Kombat, like cinematic stuff, is really cool stuff. Story mode, like even like I really enjoy the whole Sub-Zero Scorpion storyline too, because like Sub-Zero, like so then this Sub-Zero was a brother of the older Sub-Zero that killed like Scorpion and his family. But it turns out there's a twist to that too. That did not happen actually. But it's now they work together, and so it's kind of cool, that whole dynamic stuff too as well. So yeah, definitely. It's kind of like, even like if you played Injustice, it's kind of like that too.
Yeah.
If you play Injustice, how they had the story mode, and then you had the fight scenes, and then you can play the stories. It's kind of just like that, and it has different chapters too from each character. Like you play each character, so it's cool stuff, man. Really good stuff. Really cool story. Definitely recommend it, man.
All right, I'll definitely give it a look.
All right.
Here's everything taken off. No crystal in there. Crystal goes in there. No crystal. Here's a crystal.
That's pretty cool, dude. How much do the crystals cost, if you don't mind me asking?
You can buy them actually online. I found out you can buy them on Amazon for like $20.
Not too bad considering if you want a different color crystals, like if you want green, red, blue.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
There's green, red, blue, white.
White from Ahsoka.
Yep. And then you can do yellow as well. So I mean, they have them all. So it's pretty awesome. I'm trying to fit this thing in here. But do you have anything else there?
Oh, I think the only game besides that I was playing was a Katana Zero, whatever. Still trying to beat that game.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty close. Definitely that hard ass game. By the way, Katana Zero. If you haven't played that, pretty hard, challenging game, but definitely fun to play. So, but that's about it. I haven't played anything else besides that.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else unless you do.
Nah, I'm good, man.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the Wednesday's Night Watch, episode 130. I am your host, King Black Cherry, and we are signing off, and that is Mr. E-Tep. We'll see you next week, and we'll be reviewing Beverly Hills Cop 2 and 3.
I think that Anson should be, or Real Ant-Man should be here next week. I'm not saying that, but he should be here next week. So
should be here next week, yes. Until then, we'll catch you later. Have a good week.